Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Dungeon Fighter, the collector's edition from Kickstarter. Now this is like a reboot of the original Dungeon Fighter with a whole bunch of stuff thrown in. For those of you that don't know about this game, you are in for a real treat. This is a dexterity cooperative dungeon-y type crawling themed game. It's an absolute fantastically fun game for the entire family and for friends that come over for game night. I've played both different ways and it's been absolutely a blast. Now full disclosure, this is not my copy. This is Colin's copy from Kickstarter. I'm going to be doing an unboxing, and then he and I together are going to be doing a live play here on Meet Me at the Table sometime soon, maybe within the next couple weeks is my goal at the time of this recording. So keep your eyes out for that. This is a super fun and funny game, which is, I'm just remembering some of the parts that we've done in the past, which is why I'm kind of laughing as we're doing this. So I'm going to unbox this and show you everything in it. On top of this, since this is a Kickstarter, of course, it's an all-in pledge, so there is so many other things that we have to go through as well. So we're going to unbox absolutely everything that is in this game, or this box, I should say, and all the stuff that goes along with this Kickstarter. If you're excited to see what's in Dungeon Fighter, the complete collector's edition, then I need you to meet me at the table. Let's take a look at what's inside this box. Now, I do want to mention Dungeon Fighter is for 1 to 6 players. It takes about 45 minutes for ages 8 and up, which, like I said, is why it's great for your families and friends of all things. We have our foam pieces here that are all going to connect together to form the board, parts of the board. There's so many different ways so that this thing all comes together. I'm pretty excited to show you everything you're going to find in this box. We have a thing from the Horrible Guild, which is the game company that does this game, all the different things. As you can see, they've got Dungeon Fighter, and then these are the different expansions that go along with it, and they have some other games if you're interested in picking them up. I'll leave a description for their game company in the description of this video. We also have our rule book right here, which isn't going to be too bad because this is a light, fun, family-friendly game, so we'll take a look at that. Next, we have our punch board here, which I'm excited to get the rule book. We'll get into that when we get a chance, but I don't really need to show it to you. Actually, I am. I'm going to show you a little bit of the rule book. I think it'll be kind of cool. So our rule book does have, it tells you, of course, everything you're ever going to get in this thing, and you can tell you exactly how to set everything up. So as you see here, here's your board, and this is what you're going to be trying to do what it tells you to. I'll explain it as we continue going through the unboxing here as all the different things that happen. But there's like combat, there's exploration stuff. Whether you hit or miss is going to determine how the game progresses. There's shopping you can do. You can rest, you level up your characters. There are so many cool things to do, not to mention some of these modifiers, which is one we saw here, the flying stand. This is going to modify how the board is going to be affected by what could have potentially happened throughout the game that you've gone through. Here's all the icons you're going to see on some of the cards. We're going to look at some of those. So that's the rule book. Like I said, we're going to set it aside, keep on going here. We do have the next thing is our punch boards. We have our life tracker for the boss right down here, and also it has our difficulty modifiers here as well. This is our first player token and our treasure loot tokens. We also have some of our other tokens down here for hero abilities. These are like cooking time and flute markers here. These are our level up tokens right there. And these are our ability upgrade tokens as well. And they are, well, I guess they're not double-sided. I thought they might, oh, they are. So this would be your ability upgrade tokens, or else these are going to be your scar tokens that you're going to be gaining. These are going to be pretty awesome. These are our templates that we're going to be using to affect what has happened. And again, we have more tokens here, such as hammers and frog tokens, as you can see right here. They're going to affect your game or give you different things in the game as well. These again are more of the different templates that you're going to be placing out and having to deal with as you're playing through this game. Look at all these, and these are spider tokens that, or spider webs that are going to probably cover up parts of the board that you can't fire into then or try to get into. It's going to be pretty sweet. And look at this, you got a whole bunch of 3D things as well. These are again a whole soup things that you have to deal with throughout this game, and all these are from all the different expansions that are all compiled into one game. This is, of course, the collector's edition, so it puts all of the expansions all into one box. Right here we have our Destiny coin. I'm guessing you're going to flip it. It's either good or bad. This is the good side, I'll tell you that right now, because if this ever appears, it helps you get +1 to a lot of your skills, or it might be different depending on what you're using the coin for. These are some of our board modifiers. These are going to be placed out on the board, and you're going to have to deal with these things. This is a neoprene one. This is pretty awesome. This is a fire ring of some kind. These are going to be super cool to have to deal with. We have, what is this thing? Oh, it's a gate. Why would it be a gate? It's a gate, and there's a chalice. Then we have hedges here, and these are all 3D objects. These are awesome. They're going to stand out there and maybe block your die as it's trying to go to where it's supposed to go. And of course, like I said, each of these are for each different type of expansion. We even have ramps that you might even have to use or not use. Maybe you don't want to get on top of that ramp. Then we have ones built for more of an ice type theme. We have ice flows and ice mats. We have waterfalls right here. Look at these. These are going to be some of the chopsticks, these bone chopsticks we're going to use. We might even have a card that says you have to hold the die like this and throw it up there or something. This is going to be awesome. So these are again are more 3D objects. We're going to put these to the side. And here, look at all the cards we get to do. We're going to look through all of these as we go through this unboxing. And since this isn't a legacy game, I can show you almost everything that's in here, or even a campaign game or anything. This is all just for fun. Here are some coins that you're going to use to buy things as you go through the game. They'll hopefully help you out. Then we have our health tokens here. Though you don't want to take any damage though, that'd be really bad. There's 6 hero life markers and a couple ones for the boss. Here's one of the ones for the boss, one with the little pointy things on it. So that's those. Let's take a look at our cards. Here's some of our characters. Oh my gosh. And of course, like I said, all the expansions are in here. So it's like the base game with the 4 expansions. Oh boy. Here's just a sample of some of the hero sheets. I believe these are the ones you'd get in the core box. Of course, they have some very unique names that are very funny because this is an absolute just fun fest. I love it. We have like Goldfinger, which is pretty awesome. We have Marvin. We have Bread Breakfast. I mean, come on, that's awesome. And each of these characters are going to have like a little saying down here, of course, which are absolutely hilarious. Punches are usually delivered in 2 or 3 working days. Awesome. This shows down here what type of items and equipment this character maximum can have, and everybody's a little bit different on what type of equipment they can hold. Over here are some of the abilities having to do with different colors of that you're going to be dealing with. This is your health track over here, so everybody kind of starts out about the same, but and of course all the abilities that these characters have are different. You might see some of them appearing on other people's cards, but potentially in different spots, making them a completely different type of hero that you're going to playing as you go through the game. And of course, not only are there those, but we have what is this, Brandolph? We have to look at Randolph here. There's Randolph. He looks pretty awesome. Look at this. I will never bow to the laws of thermodynamics. He's amazing. We have good Prince Todd. Okay, that's amazing. We have all these other... Look at this one, Gina Gun Thunder. That's pretty awesome. And again, you're going to see there's abilities over here. Everybody starts with the same type of health. There's not like much of a difference there. But then we have Broken Stock here. Oh, these keep getting better every day. Every one I open looks even better than the last one. Look at this guy. This guy's awesome. I'm not short. I'm strength condensed. Oh my gosh, I might even use that sometime because I'm not a very tall person. Oh my goodness, these are awesome, these characters. Let's see what the last one is. We have 2 more sets of them. There's so many here we can choose from. These are going to be awesome. Jack Beatless. Oh my gosh. The Boatless. Sorry, Boatless. It's Boatless. He's Jack Boatless. Oh, that's so good. Marla Morningstar. Then we have LeBron Bearskin. LeBron Bearskin. That's pretty awesome. Might be that guy. There's so many different people we could even be in this. And the last set of characters that we can have are these right here. This is what? Lady Mary right there. Look at that giant axe. I love pink butterflies and juicy giant axes. That's pretty awesome. Sounds like something my wife might be in love with. Pink butterflies and juicy white giant axes. Sir Moo. Really? His name is Sir Moo. That's awesome. All right, we got Lightbringer here. We've got Saul. Oh man, these are so good. So again, you can see the whimsical nature of this game. It is a very fun, light-hearted game when it comes to even the character design itself. Let's continue to go through it. There are a lot of decks of cards here, so I'm going to show off some of these cards. We'll see how many we get through. I mean, I can show them all off, and there's nothing that's really going to be something you need to hold on to or hide from anybody. But we're going to look through some of the monsters and some of the abilities and some of the stuff you have to do. The first set of cards are the ones from our core game, and it shows you these are the type of ability or items cards you can get. But if you notice down here, each of these items have like a specific symbol here, what they call the dummy player, showing you how you're supposed to roll or do the actual check. And each of these are going to be a specific type of way you have to roll the die in order for it to happen. And if you do, you'll get this bonus if you're actually able to complete what it says right there. And of course, this is the cost of the card up here. So for example, we got ninja stuff here, so you'd have to throw it, whatever that means. I'd have to look up the icon exactly. There's so many different icons in this game. I'm pretty sure this one's bounced it off my helm, considering it's a horned helm. That is absolutely awesome. Now, of course, not only do the item cards have these kind of things, but they're also some of the enemies are going to have them as well. Now, of course, some of these could just give you something once per combat, take -1 damage if you miss, which is pretty good, -2. And you can buy these things as well. They cost more money as you go through it. And these are the ones that are going to give you like life points. These are some of the, I guess they're all the item cards. They have the same back. But you can pick these up through the shop phase or potentially from beating enemies of some kind or something like that. I'd have to look exactly, remember how it all works. We have our enemies, of course, and our enemies here are going to do the same thing. They're going to show you what you're going to have to do. It shows you their health and how much money you're going to get when you actually defeat these. These are the level 1 monsters here, and there are all sorts of them, and they're all have these different ways of trying to roll these dice. Look at this, you're going to roll it under your leg. And if you actually have to do that, and this, you would have to throw it under your leg while you're facing away from the table and try to hit the target. I mean, isn't that awesome? You're going to do all these crazy things in this game. So this game is going to be super fun. I can hardly wait. Now, some of them don't have a requirement, so you'd just be able to roll the die normally. Of course, you'd still have to abide by anything you have on any of your items, but hey, maybe you don't want to use an item and just be able to roll a die normally, which is kind of cool. What's this one? This one you have to throw it off your elbow like that. That's out of control. Look at this, a giant monkey king. That is so good. And of course, these monsters are going to get harder as you go. They're going to have more health and more, and so you're going to have to do probably even trickier things to try to get them, or they might just have a lot of health, so it's going to be hard to get them down it takes longer, and they might have to do damage to you, so you'll see how it all goes. Then of course, as you continue through here, you're eventually going to find a boss monster that you're going to have to defeat. Are these the level 4? Yep. Oh, these are the dungeon cards. These are all the different dungeon cards we're going to have to deal with. I want to show you one of the boss cards. For example, here is one right here. This is Aloios. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. 35 damage health, but look at this. Place the flying stand under the target and gain the pendulum die before combat. So that would be the flying stand, I think, is this one right here. So you place this underneath it. Now, we haven't even gotten to those yet. That's all underneath here. I'm just doing the cards right now and everything, and then we're going to get this up. We're going to see even more stuff. Now, the way the dungeon cards work, I forgot to talk about these. Oh, here's some of the bosses I bit back here. Oh, yeah, these are the bosses for the core game. There's some of the bosses right here. This one isn't everything, that isn't everything. Oh, come on, super tricky. All target sections of value 1 and 2 count as a miss. Oh, that's horrible, horrible. That's no good. What's this? If all of your odd damage are reduced by half round down. Oh, no, no good. But here's the, what are these? The dungeon cards. The dungeon cards, you're going to have the person in charge. You're going to draw 2, pick one, resolve it, put the other one on the bottom. So we have a sacred temple here, and you're going to be having to use this to get ×2 hearts if you wanted to go through this way. These, I believe, is how many enemies you have to fight inside this thing, lost in the maze. What's this? Oh, you have to bounce it off something, off the probably the game box. That's absolutely awesome. So that's what those do. There's just so much to this game. Okay, we're done with the cards. I should say I'm not done with the cards. There's a lot of other cards in here, but I think you get the idea of how this all works. You get, basically, you're going to go through, gain some items. You're going to go through you're going to pick your dungeon cards, go through the, get some items as you're fighting through these bosses. You're going to be able to buy new things to help you out, or maybe hinder you if you bought something that you can't do out your guy. And then you're eventually going to end up having to fight a boss as you go through this. Now underneath here is probably going to be all the stuff we're going to need for targeting and things like that. Yes, here we go. Oh boy, here we are. Look at this. This is the target. This is the giant target that you're going to have to land your dice on. Looks easy enough, doesn't it? It is not that easy. You got to try to like throw them under your back or behind your back or off your elbow, or you have to hold it in your hand and slap it off your hand like this and try to get it on here. And it's a super cool dexterity game. I know I keep saying that. There's a lot of targets in here for each of the different expansions as well. And so they're absolutely all in here. This is absolutely amazing. So here's like the ice one. This is, I think, the underworld one. And they even have different dice. Look at this. This is like I think they call it the ice cube or something. Then we have, they have 12-sided dice. It's going to tell you what kind of dice to roll. You've got 6-sided dice. Of course, these green, blue, and red ones have to do again with your characters. And when you decide to roll, if you decide to use like the blue one, red one, you're going to gain that ability as you roll it. So maybe you're not very good at something. You could use like maybe the reroll die you have on one of these. Maybe one of your powers is being able to reroll dice. You could try that die out. Or if you think you're going to do really well and it doesn't look too tough, you might want to do one that does more damage to these monsters. But there's 8-siders as well, and there's even these little teeny 6-siders. And look at this. What is this? This thing's awesome. It's like a cube that has a little string on it. Maybe you can pull it back towards you after you throw it or something. There's 4-sided dice. There's a wooden block here. that has to do it. That's basically, it's a die you might have to roll. Then look at this. We have a rubber one. This one's made of rubber, bounces all over the place. That's actually awesome. Then we've got a 20-sider, and then this is a metal one. This is absolutely awesome. It's going to be fantastic to roll as well. So you have tons of dice in here. I mean, that's the whole beauty of it. You don't know which die you're going to roll to try to do your thing. And then you have all the different types of things you're going to set up here to have the dice fly into them. I'm sorry, I sound really excited about this game, but I think this is going to be an absolute blast. Like I said, Colin and I are going to be playing through this once just to show you how it all plays through, and it's going to be an absolute fun fest. I'm excited for it. Now, of course, there are some things from the Kickstarter. We do have some, what are these, card sleeves? Yes, they are. Custom card sleeves. Then we also have a first player token here. I believe that's what this is. Instead of using the thing, you can use that. We have bags for all the different dice if we want to use those. They even have, I think these are going to be dice holders or dice roll. I don't know why you'd need these. These are going to be different things you can hold dice in before you roll them, I guess. Because I don't know why you'd need these. I'll look into it exactly. But these are going to go together to create kind of a nice little dice rolling tray if you wanted to do that. Then we also have metal gold coins here. These are not real gold coins, but they're metal coins and also scar and upgrade components there. The final thing is a playable character here called Betty Loud Scream. This looks awesome. I might play this character because this looks like any tool is a weapon if you hold it right. This is true. And she gave, like I said, that rethrow. You can ignore the result of your last throw, retrieve the die you just threw them, throw it again, pickpocket, take 1 coin from the supply and place it on the chest tile. Vampire Fangs, if you hit, deal 3 damage and heal 3 life points. So that sounds like a pretty sweet character, but it's going to go inside. I guess not that bag, probably in the bag it's supposed to go in. That I think is about all that's in here, but and it doesn't. It seems like there's so much, and this is going to be an absolute fantastic. There's a lot of stuff here. I mean, there's 4 expansions and the base game. This is going to be a blast. I mean, look at all the. And these are I showed you the core cards. This is one of the expansion sets of cards. A whole bunch more items, dungeons, more monsters to fight, and there's even in the actual expansion there's 3 bosses alone just in this expansion, and that is true for all 4 of those expansions. Again, this one's going to be more of the purple one. It's going to have that, wherever the purple, yeah, this one. It's going to be part of this expansion, so you're going to use this target that you have to hit. And like I said, when you're throwing these out here, you're going to have this target all set to go. So if your die lands in the 2, it's going to do 2 damage, or it's going to do whatever your modifiers are for it. Or if you get it inside this, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. You can get a bullseye. If you ever get a bullseye, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten a bullseye. That's out of control. But it does make a target out there for you to play on, which is kind of neat. And then if these could actually be affected by certain parts of the game, or you could put up blocking things that it tells you to do, or you could cover certain spots on the board based on things that have happened or the cards that are part of the game. So there you go. There's so much going on. So that's all I have for you for Dungeon Fighter, the Collector Edition. This is going to be awesome. Like I said, Colin and I will be doing a live play here on Meet Me at the Table, hopefully in the next couple weeks or so. You're going to see us throwing dice and laughing a lot. It's going to be absolutely awesome. If you did enjoy the unboxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when our playthrough comes out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, my Patreon link is in the description of this video. The people that have already donated and helped support this channel are listed here on the screen. Thank you so much for your help to make Meet Me at the Table what it is today. Some of the perks for being able to be part of the Patreon is you get to choose kind of who plays. You also get to help us decide what games we're going to play. And then if we ever play certain campaign games, you can help me decide how to upgrade and level up our characters as we go through, giving everybody here a chance to be part of the games that we're playing here on Meet Me at the Table. So again, thank you so much for watching my unboxing of Dungeon Fighter. And if you're excited to see Dungeon Fighter or anything else that happens on this channel, then I need you to meet me at the table.